Good day guys, Ping here. Today we're going to try this one. Okay, so this image is quite, it's not very clear, but I think it's about using mass to create these shapes. Okay, so let's have a try. So basically if we're going to do this in like a conceptual mass or model in place mass, it can be quite simple. So I'll just quickly, so let's use a conceptual mass. Okay, so let's try. So basically I would hang on, conceptual mass, yes, that's fine, or model in place mass. So what I will do is probably just you have options. So one is you can use one, basically you just need to create like a sweep, a path, and then create some profile to create these shapes. So one method is use a spline through points. So for example, I'll just quickly draw a spline through points. So this is spline through points, and then can just place a point, draw on face, place on the it, and then create some profile. So use a draw on work plan, set work plan onto this, and then I'll just quickly just to draw something. Okay, so draw a line, right? Okay, so that's one profile, and you can copy CC and select the point, pick new holes, roughly place it in the middle, midpoint, and another one to the other side, and then you can select all these profile, and then together with this path create a form, and then you can drag this point to this end, drag this point to this end, and you can increase the length of this. So for example, I'll just change this one to maybe 5 meter, maybe 10 meter. So this will change the shape, and then for the path, and then you can adjust the point of this spline through points, and then so this will change the shape. And also you can see currently it's all flat, so to make it more like this shape, so it's also very simple. So let's just delete this. So instead of this line, we can just replace this with an arc. So let's delete it, reference, use arc, draw on work plan, set work plan, and pick this, and then we can just roughly just draw something like this. So now we can select this one, and this one, and also the path, create a form, so we can create this, right? Very simple. And then you can always adjust this, to different shape. And this is it basically. And also if you want to have these patterns, so I'm going to just use this whole surface. So you can select this surface and use divided surface and change the pattern. So depending on what pattern you want to use, so I think I'll just use a triangle flat, and then we can just adjust these numbers. So for example, I'll change this one to maximum spacing. And okay, so maybe I'll just change this one to 1 meter, change this one to 2 meter. So this will create something like this. And also you can see it's if you want to, so see these ones just looks like a glazing with frames. So but this one's more like a solid, just with pattern, because we only use this divided surface without any of the model. So the pattern-based family. So you need to just create a new family and go here. So there is this pattern-based. So that's curtain panel pattern-based, and then there's also generic model pattern-based. So either just one of them, select it and then change that. So depending on what pattern you're going to use, so change this grid first, and then you can just place something. So for example, I'll just quickly, so I'll just use this to create a surface. Okay, so this one, and then give it a material. I'll just give it a glass. And also I'm going to let me just H, and then I'll just create a frame. So I'll just do a very simple frame and not parametric. I'll just use circle, maybe it's square, rectangular. So draw on work plan, set work plan, and just something like this. Maybe I'll just make it 50 by 100. How about that? Okay, so 100 by 50, or maybe 150 by 50, and I'll just move it just roughly to the center, MV, midpoint, this. So that's it. So select this, and create a form, and then we have some, and type HR to bring back the glass. So this is it. So now if we load this one in here, select this divider surface, and then we can pick this family 2, which we just did. So this might take some time because you can see there's hundreds of these. So Revit is generating hundreds of that pattern-based family, and because each of them, every single of them, they are all different. So it will take some time, and also there will be overlapping issue. But yeah, but for this, I don't think that's an issue. Okay, so this is it. So this is a model in place, or conceptual mass, and model in place will be same. Okay, so it will be same. And okay, so how about, so from this one you can see there's some part, the majority, so this panels more, most of these panels are solid, but there's some glazed panels embedded into it. So how can we do that? Yes, we can do that. So first I'm going to I'm not going to do it again. I'll just copy this one. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't copy this one because this will take some time to generate all these panels again. But yeah, let's just wait. Okay, quickly. Okay. That's it. Okay, so that's it. So we have another one. So let me just delete it. Delete. So this will bring back this form without divided surface. So to create a solid panel with just some opening inside, we can do a void. So I'm going to, and also depending on, so you need to work out which work plan you're going to use. So for example, I'm going to roughly, I'm just trying to find a work plan that I can use to create a void. So in this case, so imagine I'm going to create a void here, and we're trying to find a work plan. So if you can see, there's nothing. So you can't set a work plan on this surface, right? But you can create something. So for example, you can create a point, use draw on face, and you can place onto a face. Okay, so you can, so for example, I will just place a point here, and then there will be a work plan. So if I select this point and change this one to always, and you will see there will always be a work plan that what do we call this, tangent to the surface. So at this point, right? So now we can just use reference line and use draw on work plan, set work plan, pick this work plan, and then we can just roughly let me just draw something maybe something like this, and then something like this. Okay, so you can see it's flat, but we can just create a void extrusion from this. So and then let me just drag this back a little bit, so make sure it just cut through. So you can see if I let me H. Okay, so you can see it will cut a hole in this surface. Okay, so what's the next step? So we still need to try to, because currently we have this solid. So see this one. We still need to have a surface for this part, because without this surface we won't be able to do the divided surface. So move the cursor to the edge of this surface, hit tab tab until you pick this edge. So you can see you can pick the edge of this surface, and again move the cursor to this side, tab, and control click. So now you have selected both sides of this surface, so we can create a form. Okay, so with this form, so there's no option for me. I can't find it anywhere. Just click anywhere here. So to create a solid, and then delete the surface. So now we have, so you can see we have a surface here. Okay, so now we can select this surface and use divided surface. So it will create something. And then once again, let's change this one. So I'm going to hang on. Oh yes, this is because the size relative to this opening, the size of the frame is too big, so that's why it's happening. But yeah, so you probably just need to I'm going to just change this one to a flat triangle or something like this, and I'll change this one to maximum spacing again. So I just roughly so maybe I'll just make it 300, make this one 600. So yes, that's it. And then we just probably just need another one, or if you make it parametric, you can create a new type. But if you just change the size of those frames and make it smaller, and then it will work. So that's it. Okay, so and also I'll quickly, so and sometimes when we, so for example this one, sometimes we might need to create a multiple of these shapes, but each of them are slightly different. So can we just you can copy and paste, right? So and also you can also do adaptive family and then create some parametric create some parameters. Okay, so let me just show you. I'll just delete this one. Oh, maybe hang on, I'll delete this one. Maybe I'll just leave it. I'll use this one. I'll just copy this one to here. Oops, something looks like with the void it won't, Revit's not happy with this, so it won't allow us to copy this one. So yeah, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'll just quickly so do the same thing. So just like what I did in this conceptual mass, so we can also do it in a model adaptive family, because this is the same. And what I try to do is I try to copy. I'll see if I can Control C this one. Control C. Some elements were not copied, so which means some were copied. Okay, Control V. Okay, so it looks like we can, right, copy. So because they are both mass environments, so we can copy from conceptual mass to an adaptive family. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'll delete this part. So let's just get rid of this. Okay, so only these, and then I'll select those points, not this one. This one's the one we place profiles on. So this one, and also this one, and let's try tab. So the bigger one, Control. So these are the points that we use to control the shape of this path. So we can make them adaptive. Okay, so let me just drag this back, and also we can just create a parameter for. Sorry, this one's arc. Maybe yeah, maybe for this exercise I'll just leave it. But you can. It's possible. Oh, hang on, it won't allow me to pick the reference line. Let me just HH this form. Okay, so this is a reference line. So yeah, I think it's possible to create. So even if it's a arc, you can also try to maybe create a radius or diameter, and also with so this looks like this is angle of this one. So you can somehow just create some parameter to control this one. So yeah. So once we have those parameters, so when we load this one, if I load this one into the, I think it should be family 1, and this becomes so you can see this, it becomes a adaptive family. So with, you can place 5 points, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this will create one of those shape. But you just need to, looks like the orientation is not quite right. So maybe let me just try this one, create component. Instead of place on face, I'll use place on work plane. Make sure I'll just pick the reference the level, which is this one. So let's do it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's have a look. Okay, so now this is it, and also the orientation is still not right. I don't yeah, maybe let's try always vertical and see what happens. So load it back and override. Okay, so yeah, that's better. So now, yeah, you can see, so one after, so let me just delete this one. I'll just do another one, CS. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hang on, CS won't work. CS doesn't work. Sorry, create component 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 adaptive points to create one family. One, did I, hang on. Yeah, so it's, yeah, it's a bit slow. So yeah, so once you create, you can try to move the cursor onto this, and then can try to, you know, until you can select one, and then you adjust it, and it will change the shape of this. So with this one, you can just have multiple of this adaptive family, and then you can create something quite interesting. Okay. And yeah, I think that's it. So basically, a path and some profile. Okay. Oh, I just noticed that there's another method. So this is adaptive. Sorry, this is they are all spline through points, right? And another way of doing this is you can also use spline. Okay, spline. So spline is a line, a curved line that can only be 2D. So it can only be placed into a surface. You won't be able to like this spline. You can just, you know, move the points like three dimensionally. Anyway, so you can only just move the points in the, you know, 2-dimensional plane. Okay, but you can still place a point onto this, use draw on face onto this spline. Let me just make this reference line first. So you can also just place points, use draw on face onto this spline, and then place profile. So for example, I'll just use a line, draw on work plane, set work plane, and place it here, a very short one. So okay, so I'll just copy it. It's very similar. So just place another point. Oops, sorry. And what's going on here? Pick new host. Okay, so we use face. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. The last one in the middle, and then we can just let's swap this line with arc. Just pick one. Okay, so now you can select this profile to create a form, right? Very similar, but to change the, you know, change the profile, change the shape like in vertical direction, you need to move instead of, you know, adjust the path. You adjust the profile. You move the profile instead. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. What's next? I think there's still something like, okay. And also, so you can also build this shape without a path. Okay, so basically, so let me just copy this. Okay, Control C. Hang on. Maybe we can just do spline through points. So 1, 2, 3. So let's do that. So reference, I'll just use level as my work plan. Okay, so I'll place 3 spline through points, or maybe 5. So 1, 2, 3. I'll use 3 points as spline through points. Hang on. Sorry, let's do it again. Let's go to maybe 3D view. Okay. So sorry. Let me just select this level first. Okay. So reference draw spline through points. I'll use draw on work plan level 1, which is correct. Okay. So I'll just do a very small one first. Okay. 1. Something's not right. So sorry about that. So let me just do it again. So move to here. So reference spline through points 1. Oh, what's going on here? Anyway, maybe I'll just do a new one. So let's do a new conceptual mass. Maybe because there are like too much stuff here. Okay, do a new one. That's better. So reference spline through points 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 1 profile. Okay, so we can just go. Let's go to top and select it. CC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, select done. Create a form. Okay, so now you can start to. So the reason why I just create a form and then change it is because sometimes when you create multiple of profile with different shape, different size, Revit won't work. So you have to just start with very simple one, and then start to start to change the shape, and then looks like we just need to be careful. The reason why when I move this one, it breaks because when I move this point, this part of this line will go that point, and then this will intersect with the other edge. So that's why just you need to do it slowly. Just work out, where the break point is, and then try to avoid that. So yeah, so so you can also use your keyboard. So select these 3. So you use Shift Up. Oh, what's that? That's a reference plan. Sorry. Okay, so use your Shift Up, Shift Up, Shift Up. So Shift Up with the Shift arrow, it will move like 10 times faster than just use arrow itself. So Shift will go very fast. So yes, that's the way to do it without any like path. Only use profile. Okay, so that's also another method. And yeah, I think that's all for today. So basically, yeah, you can create all these. Just use the method I mentioned today, and yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Thank you.